folks, how's it going? I'm out on a 4-day solo, so stay tuned. It's nice, isn't it, when you first come into the woods, you traipse in to wherever you're camping or whatever setting up. It's nice just to get a brew on and just sit down and take it all in, as it were. One thing I have noticed observation-wise, there's a lot of mozzies around and everything else. I'm glad I brought my mosquito net with me this weekend, so or for these 4 days, so I'll be giving the old mosquitoes the middle finger. They won't be biting me. Tarp set up and mozzie net under there, which is a good call really. Well, you know, I said I was out on a solo. Can't even have a bit of peace on my own. John's turned up, so he's only out for the day. So I think he's just obviously popped up just for a brew and have a catch up really. Nice to see the old boy. So yeah, but you're not camping out though, John, are you?
No, just out for the day.
Yeah, he's just out for the day. So Just stacked up some more some beech leaves laid over the top, obviously to give the jerky, trap the heat in a bit more and the smoke. Now I've eaten my dinner, just makes it a bit more, contain the heat a bit more and the smoke. Oh, I think that'll do for today. Started to make a chopping board. My hand's getting a bit achy actually, and it's about it's nearly 7:30. So I'm gonna, my jerky, my beef's still drying out at the moment, and I'll probably get my gas stove out so I haven't got to worry about the fire, and get myself a hot chocolate on. I've got a book to read, so I'll probably chill out in bed about 9-10 o'clock or something like that. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow, folks, alright? So what I'm doing, obviously I'm jerkying this beef. I don't think I'm going to get it fully dried out, because what I want to do is it's pretty dry on the outside. But what I want to do is, because I've brought a minimum amount of food with me, and it's going to be quite hot. I know beef's, you know, you can get away with it with beef a little bit more. But what I've done is I've obviously drying it out enough for me to be able to put it into a mesh bag, which I've got here. And then that'll aerate as well. I can leave that hanging up. It's not going to be put into a plastic bag where it just suffocates or anything like that. So I'll put it into this mesh bag, and then obviously what I can do is then subsidise it, add it to my other food stuff. So I'm going to try and forage a few bits tomorrow, like the nettles, maybe some goose grass and stuff like that. See what I can get, what's around. And then that will go with my, I think I've got some noodles or something like that I'm going to add to it. So that'll be my main meal. So that's the kind of the reason why I was trying to sort of jerky it dry, if you like. So yeah, some of it's quite good actually. But it's still a little bit soft in the middle, which I don't mind, because I'm only out here for 3 days after today. But rather than just leave it sweating in a pack, it's just going to dry out a little bit more for me to. I had a bit just to try it. Oh, they're drier. So yeah, and I can then add that to my meals. So I'm hanging it up in here now. And that way it's still airing, as I say, and it ain't gonna sweat in a plastic packaging. So sweet, or savoury more like. Right folks, good morning. It's 5:15. Quite a chill in here this morning actually. I'm quite surprised. Anyhow, didn't sleep too bad apart from having to get up for the obligatory wheeze. So stay tuned for another day. Right, so when I did that jerky last night, or smoked some of the meat, I don't know if it came out too clear on the video because it might have been quite dark and I didn't have the light, but there's some of the result. Now it's still, as I said yesterday or earlier on in the video, I didn't want to dry it out completely because I just wanted to smoke it enough for me to have some for today and tomorrow to go with my my meals. A woodpecker. Oh man, that's just over there on the block. Oh, it's just flown off because I got excited. Yeah, so yeah, there it is. So I've got it in the mesh bag, as I say, as opposed to a plastic bag. I'm still going to hang it up on the tripod over there. The smoke is kind of drifting in that direction. So yeah, it's still quite succulent in the middle as well. So I've got some additions to my noodles and pasta or whatever I'm having for my meals. A couple of little projects I want to try and sort of do today really. Just one is to finish off this chopping board. The time was getting on a bit last night. I was getting a bit sort of tired, I suppose, so it was probably the best time to put the axe and knife away, my multi-tool away. And I'm thinking I might make a sycamore, or a container out of sycamore bark. When I was making up the frame yesterday, some of the sycamore bark comes off very easy during these summer months. It's very more. It comes off so, it's very forgiving. Just comes off so easy. And what I wanted to do was maybe look, because I've never worked with it before. I just wanted to see, how good it is to work with, pliable in regards to. I want to use it as sort of like my for sewing up the basket, not the basket, but the container. So yeah, I mean it's quite flexible, quite strong. I mean literally I've just pulled this straight off, and then I just thought it just dawned on me to have a go at it yesterday. Whether or not it has to be done the same way as willow, where you have to take the outer bark off, I don't know. I mean I am going to scrape that outer bark off and obviously make it a little bit neater when I start the process of making a little container out of sycamore. So we'll see how we get on. Nice learning process, eh? No elegance, just want to keep it simple really, just when I do my food prep later. That'll do, won't it? got an old sort of battered old ridge line with paracord. So what I'm going to do is I want to take the mantle off the sleeve and then keep the kern strands, and obviously I've got those sort of tidies there, but I'm going to sort of fashion up something a little bit different, you know, something just a tidy to keep the cordage sort of tidy inside my pouch, but I'm just knocking up something a little bit different. I've got some nettle, I need some more nettle, so I've got some there now. I've got them yesterday, and I'm going to get some more, dry them out and take them home.
You're not short of them up there?
No, it's loads in there, and they're nice height now as well. They're good height now, aren't they? And I was going to maybe I'll do my boat and try another second attempt at the boat tomorrow. So I've got one on my own one, so I can just, another day take this one.
Measure.
Yeah.
You can make yourself a nice sagaloo curry from all the nettle leaves.
Well, I am going to use some later for my dinner, because I haven't really bought a lot of food. I haven't really got a lot of food in me, so I'm trying to. That's why I jerkied up didn't jerky it, but smoked the beef along it a bit more.
Do you remember that year we collected all them seeds?
Yeah,
I've still got some of them.
That's brilliant, that was.
Yeah, still got some of them.
That was.
But the amount you got,
Yeah.
I'll do that again.
Yeah,
That's
that was
good, that.
brilliant. That was like a science. It was like being like an experiment, wasn't it? That was excellent. I really enjoyed that.
We did loads of things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like we're just messing around.
Yeah, messing around, but it was such good fun, like doing that.
Some raisins.
Just what you work out.
Raisins?
Yeah.
Have as many as you want.
Why don't you like them?
No, I do. But I know you're going to be hungry later. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Have as many as you want, but not too many. I want some.
Yeah.
These are the ones laced with,
They've got something in them, haven't they?
yeah,
What?
laxative.
What?
Laxative.
Laxative?
Yeah.
I do love a gum actually.
It's just energy in it. Just full of
Yeah,
energy.
it's natural sugar, isn't it?
I got that last night. I'd, you know, like the Tesco's version of Uncle Ben's rice. So about half, you know. I got sort of half an onion from the previous night and cut the mushrooms that I was saving for tonight. I thought, no, I'll grill it. So I fried them up and then chucked the rice in on top, such a load of water in. And I've got some like cumin powder in there as well, but not too much this time. And I was umming and ahhing between some tinned sardines or whatever, and I thought, take corned beef there. the whole tin of corned beef. Oh dear
I
me.
love corned beef hash.
I normally make, I'll tell you what, a lot of my kids like it, and I do corned beef spaghetti.
Oh, I never tried that.
So it literally is, you know, obviously do your spaghetti, then you chop an onion up, finely chop an onion up, fry that up, add some garlic, then put a bit of, obviously when the onion and that's all softened and cooked through, put a bit of water in now, chop up a tin of corned beef, put that in, mix that in, then add a bit of curry powder, a bit of sugar, just a tiny bit of sugar, tomato puree, mix it all up and let it sort of simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and then add that to your spaghetti.
Alright.
The kids love it, like, you know, kids love it. Really nice. It's like an old sort of thing my dad used to do a lot, you know.
Do you like corned beef?
Yeah, I do.
It's such an underrated food, isn't it? It's got so many uses though.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always used to take it to school for my sandwiches at work. Because like, if you take a ham, I like ham, but it can get a bit dry and whatever. If you put salad in with it, it goes too soggy.
Yeah.
This corned beef just boom.
Yeah,
You know, even on a warm day, it's still nice, moist and flavoursome.
yeah,
It's really nice.
yeah. I like spam as well. I mean, some people don't like spam. It's like, I love it.
Has to be cooked. I can't eat it on its own now. I've got to cook it.
But I do have to put half
Don't mind the old little taste of it, but I do prefer it.
cooked.
As you say, cooked.
I don't like how, you know, like you get a Chinese sometimes, you get special fried rice, you get little chew. I fucking hate that. That hurts my shit. Just never cooked enough and was fishing them out.
Yeah,
Has to be crispy like bacon grill. That
yeah,
kind of,
yeah. It does taste better cooked, doesn't it?
yeah.
Do you remember we went out with Finn that time? He was only like, well, then he got that bacon and he said, no, we're not eating that.
I bought some like value bacon grilled spam stuff from Tesco's. It was from China or something like that. And I thought, for the price, I'll give it a punch, see if it's any good. I opened it up. Instantly, nah, we're not eating that. Not a sniff, it was just howling.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I burnt it. I thought I'm not even going to throw it in, not even going to contaminate nature. So fire can have it.
Yeah.
You can see the foxes with a placard the next
Oh,
day.
really?
No more.
What was it? Just right? Was it just?
It just didn't look right. It didn't quite, it wasn't off, but you know, like when you smell something and you're like, so I used all my natural senses and abilities.
Say no.
And it's like, no, don't do it.
Doing it.
So that got ditched.
I've got quite a concoction tonight for dinner, I suppose, if you saw that bit earlier. Got beef jerky, noodles and nettles. It's quite a wholesome meal, I suppose. Bon appetit. I'm just putting my tools away now. Started on another ash bow stave. It's about 8 o'clock now, so and the light obviously under here is getting a little bit more subdued. So I thought I'd stop and crack on with it again in the morning or tomorrow. So let's see how we get on with that one. There's again. Just packed up my stuff, having a brew. I had a bit of a lay-in this morning, but I woke up, you know, through the night, the old the obligatory wheeze. So I had a bit of a lay-in this morning, didn't get up till like 8 o'clock, which is totally unheard of for me. It really is. And I actually feel worse for it, I think. But it's very quiet apart from this plonker talking. So I'm going to have a couple of brews and now I'm going to make a start with my bow stave. So today's my last day. I was going to plan on doing 4, but I'm going to do 3. And that'll do anyway. So yeah. Just having a bit of my jerky for breakfast. Nice. Right, so once I've finished this second coffee, I'm going to be making another start at this. Well, I started it, as I say, yesterday evening. Try to level it out a little bit. I've not put any measurements on it at all at the moment. So I'm going to be sort of, this will be my number 2 attempt at a bow. See whether or not you know, I'm a success with this one. I sent a few pictures to one of my mates, and he used to do quite a bit of archery, and he said pretty much what a couple of other people have said as well, that you normally make for every good one you make 10 bad ones. So so far I think I've made altogether, I think I've made about 2 bows that have obviously broke. I made one some years ago. I did a hunter-gatherer challenge with Joe O'Leary, and that bow was all right actually, and that was really slapped together really quick, and that was made out of hazel, but hazel's quite springy. I mean, obviously it's a little bit wavy, but it was enough for me to use it to hit the target with anyway. And but we'll see how it goes, you know what I mean? It's all part of that learning curve, you know what I mean? So fingers crossed, eh? I know my wife's driving, and if you've ever done it yourself, it's really funny. Well, I find it quite funny, and so does my wife. And that is, if you've got Bluetooth in your car, you know your wife or whoever one of your mates is in the car, send them a swear word, send them a long sentence with loads of swear words in it, and then when it pings through onto their cars, if they've got Bluetooth, obviously the Bluetooth can obviously speak it back to you. It's actually quite funny. And when I got home after that day when I was out making that other longbow, I made myself a little leather sheath with press studs on it, just to sort of hold the blade, rather than use that bit of leather and, you know, wrap the paracord around it. I thought just as easy to make up some sort of sheath, if you like, just to cover the blade. And basically what I've done was, you know, there's probably a million ways you can do it, but I literally just cut a piece of leather up, glued a second piece inside just to reinforce it to where the blade goes, and then I wet formed it, punched the holes in it, and then put 3 press studs, and then obviously that just holds the you know, that just protects the blade a bit more from, or protects me from the blade and my gear if I'm packing it in my rucksack. So I've come back to this spot because I've got the use of these 2 fallen ashes. They're sort of last time they sort of, I was able to use them as some sort of vice. So obviously you need some sort of vice when you use this saw, this knife, this pull saw. So let's hope we'll have a bit of luck this time. If not, it's a learning curve. And all the tools that I need, put in a little helicon pack. Oh, pencil, I'll need that, that's bloody brilliant, we'll need that bit of kit if nothing else. And then all my bits and pieces, tape ruler and everything else is in there, so I've got my tool bag with all my bits. So I'm just having a quick respite. The more and more I'm looking at this, there's loads of knots in it and everything else. So I've kind of taken a bit of a blasé attitude. I've done all the measurements really, pretty much, other than the bits on the end for the string on the end. I've literally done it all naked eye. I've measured that, sorry, and then the rest of it I've just gone naked eye, gone a bit blasé, and I'll see what happens. I've started to thin out a little bit on that side. It's obviously got to thin out a bit more at the top there. That's the next job I'm going to do. But I really am just going a bit blasé with it, and just see how it comes out. I mean, I don't know if that's probably blasphemous in the world of archery and bow making and stuff like that, but there it is. I'm just going to give it a go and see how it how it comes out. You know, pass or fail, whatever. Yeah, there's quite a few knots on it, and obviously they're going to be the weak points, aren't they? So I mean, even if I get to the point of tillering it, I'm going to have to go really easy anyway. But you know, it is what it is. I'm still learning, and I suppose I'll be continuing to learn, because I'm quite stupid. It'll probably take me years, you know what I mean? So there'll be 101 videos on how to make a bow. Cheers. what I'm doing at the minute, as I say, because I'm doing it a little bit blind, my measurement for the sort of middle bit, I've done sort of like, I've taken some off, obviously off that end, thinned it down a bit more. I've just been using the axe at the moment, but what I want to do is the measurement is use the central vein that goes through the wood, and I'm just trying to get down to that, just past it, as my indicator. Hello. Well, we seem to be a little bit further now than we was before, so that's sort of some of the bow. I mean, it's quite hard work really, I mean, but it's nice just to sort of, I'm very amateur, I've got no idea, you know, I really am just playing around, and but I think just being a little bit, not that I would, ideally I'd want to make something really spot on, but for now, you know, I'm still obviously learning and everything else, blah blah blah, and maybe pick up bad habits straight away, who knows, but yeah, there it is so far. I've got a little cabinet maker, so it's like a flat piece of metal. Basically just run it over it. You might have seen it earlier on in some of the video, and it basically just takes really thin shavings off. But there's, as I say, there's the first bit now. It's, you know, I've sort of given it a little bit of a bend, and what I've done is I found an old ash stump here, and literally that was taken off there already. You can see how seasoned it is. And I've literally just cut a first sort of mark there, and then obviously I'll you know, I'm only going to do a few today, and then obviously I want to still take some more off, but obviously I'm a little bit, the progress is a little bit better than last time, so I'm a bit more pleased. So I believe that's what's a cabinet maker. I always thought a cabinet maker was someone that made cabinets, but you know, it's not. It must have a slight burr on it. It's like made of stainless. This one's actually from Baco or whatever, Baco. I only picked it up for a few quid off of Amazon, and it's brilliant just for sort of running down. You sort of have to use it by obviously drawing it towards you, and it just takes lovely fine curls off. Probably good to sort of, if you ever use one, great to sort of get your sort of real fine curls for your tinder. But yeah, that definitely helped. So anyway, I've left it over there, left it on that ash tree for a little while, just to let it kind of tiller, if you like. I might give it one more sort of stretch out, and then that might be it, I think, until I sort of take it home and do a little bit more tinkering around with it. I can put it in a vise and stuff like that. A bit more jerky. He finished it now. All gone. Right, so there it is folks, that's the end of the video. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you like, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, take care, have a good one.